It's a very good morning to Craig Heppel. Hello to you.
Good morning, Lee Dixon.
Rightio, what have you brought in your bag of tricks this morning?
Bag of tricks? Yes, I've got a few, but they're all good ones. Peek inside, episode 148. You love a good stat, don't you?
Oh, stat me up.
Stat him up.
Stat me up, buttercup.
Stat.
Yep.
It's almost 3 months since we've had a look at the stats that matter, and the numbers alone confirm what I've been observing and sharing on the ground over the last few weeks, or maybe the couple of months. The budget end of the market is very active, primarily driven by mainland investors represented by thirsty buyers agents and so-called investment experts. The higher priced end has slowed up somewhat with less buyer activity, and they're taking a little longer to sell. There is a bit more stock available at the upper end. So we've got a two-speed market here on the Northwest Coast, and it's similar landscape in the major cities and regional areas throughout Australia. So a story from one of Sydney's prominent auctioneers, Tom Panos, and we've spoken about Tom before, reflects the change in market. Now, by the way, he sold 3 out of 8 under the hammer last weekend.
Right, so the notch has been turned down a little bit there.
It's just off the boil. So Tom got a call from an agitated seller looking for independent advice other than the advice he's getting from his agent. And the seller told Tom that his property had reached $1.7 million at auction and he rejected that price. And now he wanted to know why subsequent offers are now coming in at around 1.5 to 1.6. Missed the boat? Maybe. You don't have to be Einstein to work out what Tom might have said, but I'll interpret. He blew it and should have listened to his agent who recommended he take the 1.7 because buyer confidence is softening. So let's take a look at local stats and let's see what you make of them. This is up to the minute. Burnie. Median price is $515,000. The days on market, 62. The 1 year change in price is 13.9%.
You're joking.
Yeah, I'll wait to hear a couple more. The 5 year is 68%, and the stock on market, that's the total amount of properties in that area and how many are actually on the market, is 5.9%. Now, between 5% and 7% is around about an average market, right?
So that means for every 100 homes, there's about 6 on the market.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Yep.
100%. So Penguin, median price, 663,000. Days on market, 45. The 1 year change is 12.4%. The 5 year change is 55.8%. Wow. And stock on market in Penguin, 6.89%. It's getting up there. Bit more stock there in Penguin. Now, West Ulverstone, median price is $590,000. Days on market, 27. The 1 year change, 19.2%.
Crikeys.
The 5 year change, 69.6%. And then stock on market in West Ulverstone, 5.33%.
Yeah, right. So the whole scheme of things, not as much as the other centres we just
That's
covered.
right. I was going to reflect. West Ulverstone is one of the hottest markets.
Yeah.
Ulverstone, median price, 579,000. Days on market, 40. The 1 year change, 12.5%. The 5 year change, 62.4%. And the stock on market, 4.71%. A little less stock on the market in Ulverstone.
Have you got Turners Beach? Because that's always been quite interesting over the last 5 years.
Turners Beach is probably our highest ranked or highest priced area.
Yeah.
The median there is 752,000. Days on market, 25. The 1 year change is up 6.6%. 5 year change up 50.1%.
Yeah.
And stock on market, 5.86%. Pretty steady for Turners Beach. Devonport, median, 571,000. Days on market, 24, which is pretty low. 1 year change, 17.6%.
Wow.
5 year change, 63.9%. And stock on market, very low at 3.77%.
Yeah, right.
So Devonport, and I'm just going to tell you East Devonport, and I'll because I'm going to put them together. East Devonport, 538,000 is the median. Days on market, 31. The 1 year change, 27%.
My word.
And the 5-year, 77.4%. Stock on market, 3.94%. Devonport and East Devonport are so heavily on the radar of mainland investors, financial gurus, you name it, buyers agents. It's red hot. And that's what's pushing that market along. So there's
is someone going to hit reverse here at any point? I'm starting to.
I'm about to predict something else in a minute. So we've seen a little change in the last 3 months, but I want everyone not to get too excited. Now, buyers are chasing value in previously disregarded areas, such as West Ulverston, Devonport, and East Devonport. People used to say East Devonport. East Devonport is hot tamale. Areas with lower median prices, that's under 600, are still being pursued by those investors, and they're selling relatively quickly, under 30 days, with price growth still strong. Now, those properties over the, say, that 650 threshold, maybe up to 700, they're still selling, but they're taking longer to sell, and price growth is slowing a bit. So the big performers are still West Ulverston, which has seen price growth of 19% in the last year, and East Devonport, that whopping 27%.
Yeah. Wow.
It's quite incredible. Now, the amount of stock on market for West Ulverston, East Devonport and Devonport sits below and well below that 5% marker that indicates an even market. Less stock means there's more competition, healthy demand and healthy prices. I'm calling it. We're about to reach the peak of the current real estate cycle and go into, I'm going to call it cruising altitude, where there won't be a lot of price growth.
Okay.
So I want everyone to just be aware that it doesn't go on forever. It's not doom and gloom, but everyone will need to take stock of where they're at if they're thinking about selling as we go along.
And we've had a rate hike this week too.
We've had a rate hike and we're going to get a couple more at least.
That's what they say.
So,
all just to line other people's pockets, really, isn't it?
Mate, have we got 2 hours? Because I'll tell everyone what's really going on, but if you really want to know what's going on, get in touch with me. Sadly, we don't have that time here on A Peek Inside. So much of what happens for the remainder of 2026 and beyond rests on the federal budget about to be handed down by the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, right? Capital gains tax and negative gearing changes are on the table, and this will have property investors nervous. The government would like to have you think that property investors are hoarding loads of wealth. That's utter garbage. 71% of property investors are mum and dad investors just trying to build a nest egg for their future. They've got probably one property as an investment. If they diminish or scrap negative gearing, the market could get swamped with a big supply of homes, which could have a knock-on effect with tenants, that's higher rents, who may be forced to find new digs, even if the home has to sell.
Yeah.
So really, tenants are going to cop this if they go ahead with what they're talking about.
Is this history repeating? Haven't we done this before?
They had a crack at it. Keating tried it back in the late 80s, and it was an abject failure. The government reversed it quicker than a German Panzer tank hightailing it out of Russia in 1943. You can imagine how quickly they were getting out. And with the possibility of another interest rate rise, maybe the next sitting of the RBA, let's see if the market holds its breath and for how long.
Ooh.
It's not doom and gloom, but we need to deal with reality.
Yeah.
And the big question everyone needs to ask is, why are they doing it? Think about that. Do some critical thinking.
Follow the money.
Follow the money, yes, exactly.
All right, mate. Thank you very much. Always insightful and always enough to get a few ear holes with steam coming out.
Yeah, as long as I can get people reacting and thinking, that's all I want.
Nothing wrong with asking the questions.
No.
At all.
Have we got time for a house of the week? 12 Cornelia Street, Ulverston.
Oh, yeah, this one's neat as a pin.
Oh,
Is this a new build or a reno?
No, it was built in the 1960s.
Yeah, wow.
But, mate, they've done a reno on it. It is absolutely top shelf, and it's on a generous, flat, 790 square metre block. As I said, completely modernised, 4 huge bedrooms and the main bathroom, which is knockout, plus an ensuite, a massive eat-in kitchen, large lounge room that's facing north, cops all the sun, an office and study nook, extra long single garage and shed. You've got a carport. It's fenced, safe yard for pets and kids. It's a quiet cul-de-sac. There's so much on offer. All this offers from $690,000.
Can we have a little peekaboo?
This Saturday, 11 a.m, the 9th of May. Be there, 11 a.m, 9th of May for 12 Cornelia.
All right, mate. Thank you very much.
So if you want to know more about 12 Cornelia Street or looking for expert guidance about what this market is up to now and soon, or you're thinking about selling, we provide an effective, hassle-free and affordable way to sell your home for more in a reasonable time that's worked for hundreds of people just like you. Get in touch with the professionals at Ulverston Real Estate via our website, that is ulverstonrealestate.com, our Facebook page, Ulverston Property Sales, or remember, get this number in your phone, 0400 180 515.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, mate. Thanks for having us.